What is up? We're here. I figured why not? We may as well watch this last day. Sunday ended up being a little more open than I anticipated. So I figure why not take this chance and celebrate the end of the 2026 Scouting Combine. Might do an evening stream to still do a recap, but I figure this would be a good time to watch the big fellas run and to watch the, you know, other things happening in the NFL. A lot of news coming out today. And a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So, first of all, we got Otis. Let's rock. Let's rock. I figure if there was ever a time to change shit up and show up unexpectedly, it's to watch the big guys run the 40. And we missed a lot. Brendan Thompson officially ran the fastest 40-yard dash, but who cares? We care about offensive linemen. Logan Jones ran a 4.9. It's so sad. I'm so sad this exciting combine is over. How could you not be? Listen, this is what we're here to see. This is what the people pay to see, Otis. So, yeah. Look, I mean, let's be honest here. I gotta say this macro take just to start off. Man, who gives a rat's ass about offensive linemen running a 40-yard dash? Like, forgive me, but I think that's like the most who cares in NFL scouting that's even on the table. But anyway, so we got some drills going. We got Carver Willis, who's my favorite offensive line prospect in the NFL draft. That's a complete lie. You know, they're doing drills. They're running around. It's a bummer because they haven't benched yet, which is like the whole point. I want to see who got the high bench. David Gusta. We talked about him yesterday. I think that's Jarv's guy, David Gusta. Worth noting, if you scroll down not too far, what's up, fellas? Yeah, this is one of the combines of all time. Look, this is not going to be our super long stream. We got, what, about an hour 15 left until this one's over. We'll probably do an evening catch-up stream as well. But I figure, why break the streak if we don't have to? Yesterday's stream was so damn fun. It was a grind. I thought I was going to pass out by the end of it. But yes. What I was going to say was it came out, I think today or late yesterday, that Jordan Tyson did 26 reps on the bench, along with Deion Burks. That's pretty damn good. Listen, I don't think it matters. I just said, Malcio, happy birthday, Malcio. Let's go. So let me ask you this, Malcio. Are you born on March 1st or are you a leap day birthday? Because my sister's a leap day birthday, and she always has a fun joke or two up her sleeve. Oh, I just turned 4. Or whatever. So I'm curious, Malcio. Let us know. But happy birthday, man. Glad you could join us on your special day. Speaking of special days, Jordan Tyson rep 26 on the bench. So there you go, Otis. Yeah, your goat is alive and well. They're comparing Caden Proctor and Mark Ingram because Caden Proctor has a higher vertical at 300 pounds. March 1st. That's still cool. That's still cool, no doubt. I feel like March is the green month because St. Patty's Day. We got an Eagles fan in Malcio, and we got a green user picture. So I hope green's your favorite color, but that's just me throwing shit at the wall. Every time I start these streams, I'm just figuring out stuff to talk about. Jordan Tyson got to be the wide receiver 1 draft, way better than Tate. Another thing I want to talk about. So Carnell Tate did not run a good 40 yesterday. Let's just call it like it is. He ran what, a 4.5? Wait, he ran a 4.56. Jordan Tyson didn't even bother, by the way. But yeah, Carnell Tate ran a 4.53. Confirmed. It's not great. That's not great. Here's the thing. Every scout that I see on Twitter that I trust online, and I say scout very loosely, influencers who follow the draft mostly. Influencers or ESPN pundits who cover the draft. Here's Pregnone doing a little drill. Big boys moving. It's just, honestly, more so than anything, not to get sidetracked, more so than anything, today is just a fun day to just watch big-ass guys run fast. It's fun. It is, Green. Hell yeah. But big guys run fast. But what I was saying was that Carnell Tate didn't run a crazy 40. And for everyone I'm hearing online, he plays fast. Speed's not an issue. He can go grab a ball. Listen, JSN didn't run a crazy 40. A lot of great wide receivers haven't run a crazy 40. In fact, can we go? I'm sure it's going to be really tough to find, but let's go all-time wide receiver. No, wait. Receivers. Let's go top performers. Why do we do this again? Top performers, right? 4 or 5. Look at all these guys that ran super fast. Xavier Worthy, I think he's overrated. John Ross sucked. We all know it. Let's stick to wide receivers. Fastest wide receivers ever, right? Marquise Goodwin was okay. Xavier Thomas is coming out this year, so maybe he'll be great. Tyquan Thornton's okay. JJ Nelson did nothing. Jacoby Ford, shout out Raiders, didn't do anything. Matthew Golden's been largely underwhelming to this point. Darius Hayward-Bay loved his card in Madden, but he sucked if we're being honest. Andy Isabella, snooze. Paris Gamble, former Giant, snooze. So all I'm saying, Brian Thomas stepped down this year. All I'm saying is running forward fast does not equally translate to NFL success. And if it could show us every runner's 40, let's look up a couple guys here. Okay, he's not. Okay, I guess Puka Nacua is not in the database. But is Devontae Adams? Just out of curiosity, he's not. Okay, so I don't really know how to work this thing. But let me actually see. Wait, if we just go to participants, maybe. No. Okay, then never mind. Let's be real. Does 40 time actually mean anything? Not really. To be honest with you, it really doesn't. And as you can see, Carnell Tate's got still the highest next-gen score out of all these guys. Like, Mekhi Lemon didn't run. He didn't run at all. What, does he get points for choosing not to run? Jerry Seinfeld, I choose not to run. Does he get points for being the 30th best athlete according to next-gen stats? What's the news for today? I'll tell you what the news is for today. Jordan Tyson benched 225 25 times. And that shit fires me up. It does. This is, I feel like, just guy talk at this point. This is just like, oh, like, you know, let's talk about how much X player benches, like as if that matters. Like, they're comparing Amon-Ra to Mekhi Lemon. He did not run a good 40 time, or else he wouldn't have been picked in the 90th round. But yeah, like, listen, like, I think my grandiose take that I think I kind of need to tell myself more than anyone is that the combine is very overhyped. It's very overrated. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to study. And honestly, it's just cool. I mean, from like just a like human being perspective, it's cool being able to just watch like insane athletes do insanely athletic feats. Like, I feel like there's something innate to human nature that's just within that. Like, I love watching people run fast and, like, you know, bench press and jump high and jump far. Like, if you break it down, it's pretty absurd for us to watch the combine. But it's fun. That's the whole thing. It's fun. But I'm saying this whole soliloquy to say that I don't think it's super important. And I don't think scouts think it's super important. And I don't really think fans think it's super important. What I think happens, though, is Twitter warriors or X warriors come on and they say, oh, this player had the best athletic score, or this guy's a freak of nature. And it's like, that's awesome. Isaiah Simmons was a freak of nature, and he's on his 4th team. Okay? There are outliers. Kyle Hamilton didn't have a good combine. He's pretty good. So, look, it's fun to study. I'm not here trying to shit on the combine. I have had a lot of fun talking about this, although it's been a grind. But all I'm saying is, through draft season, let's not put too much stock into how these guys run with shorts on. There's so much else going on behind the scenes with the combine that we don't even get to see. The interviews, all the talks, the weigh-ins, the measurements. All that stuff matters just as much as how fast they run in a straight direction. And it's hilarious to me that offensive tackles run the 40-yard dash. I think that's where I'm going to land this. It is so funny to me that it's like, wow, Enrique Cruz ran a 4.94, so I want him on my team. It's like, who cares? Like, who cares? It's fun, though. It's fun. Again, I'm not trying to sound like a total hater here. Jennings Dunker ran a 5.18. But yeah, did Caden Proctor 5.21? Did Maui run? I don't believe he did. Doesn't look like it. Fano ran a 4.91, so that's pretty exciting. The combine's dead. It used to mean something when everyone did everything, but now that players cherry pick, it's almost worthless for the most part. Yeah. Had you guys considered not doing the things you didn't like? The things that you aren't good at? I said it yesterday, but could you imagine taking the SAT and being like, I don't want to take the math section. I'm not even going to be a math major. Which, honestly, like, it's not the craziest idea, but, like, you know, it does kind of feel weird when you reframe it out of sports. It's like, why would I do the English section? I hate writing. I'm just going to do it at my pro day. Maybe school should have a pro day where it's like a different thing, where you get to, like, really strut your stuff in your environment. You're comfortable. You get to kind of pick and choose. Now I'm getting off topic. Look at great 40-yard dash performance, Jamarcus Russell, Xavier Worthy. That's what I mean. And like Otis is a Raiders fan. I think no one knows better than Raiders fans that the combine and people running forward fast is insanely overrated. God bless Al Davis. God rest his soul. But, like, you know, he made some reaches, that's for sure. Henry Ruggs. I don't think that was an Al Davis pick, but you guys remember what happened to him. The combine's more so meant for nerdy number crunches in the background of orgs trying to maneuver draft combos over the crowd. That ultimately not significant for fans at the end of the day. Totally. Very articulately put. I completely agree. Should I talk about it now? There's a thing I really want to hit on. Let me read Giants fans Ted's message first. I definitely think scouts care about combine numbers. It's not an end all be all. A lot of guys have gotten picked rounds higher or lower. It's just a confirmation bias event. That's another great way to put it. If you really love a player, and this goes for internet scouts too, armchair scouts. But if you really love a player, and they run a good 40, or they bench a lot, or they jump really high, you're like, I knew it. We got to draft this guy. But big guys, big numbers, good. Yeah, exactly. As humans, it's fun. But I want to address what Stoner Cat just said. Because, let me pull up an article really quick. Let me pull up an article really quick. And, like, this is... I read an article this morning. I've been talking about my Derek Carr video, which I know... is there anything more Hunnaball than say I'm going to make a video and then not end up making it? I'm working on my Derek Carr video. I'm enjoying it. I just need him to sign with a team, and then I'll, like, get going on it. But the script is funny. Derek Carr is so much cooler than you think. That might be what it's called, honestly. I was thinking about calling it something else, but Derek Carr is so much cooler than you think. It's not bad. But I read this article today from NBC, particularly about number crunchers and nerds and scouts that, you know, within the organization do care about the combine, do study the combine. I found this article from Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio. Fear of AI making its way... Okay, hold on, sorry. Fear of AI making its way to football jobs. So that's... I think you guys can take a guess, a summation, how I feel about AI in general, especially if you watch my my Super Bowl ads video. But yeah, fear of AI making its way to football. And more or less, Florio articulates about how scouts and like lower ranking administrative people are kind of getting pushed out because these jobs can be performed by AI. AI can count a 40. AI can do all these numbers, all these quality control type positions. And that kind of drove me up the wall. I kind of put Derek Carr in the Hall of Fame, and that's it. Hate the freak ethic argument. It never worked ever if it comes to work ethics the most. Completely agree. Of course, when you combine freak athlete with work ethic, that's how you get like goats, but still, I hear you. But this article, not to panic or panic monger or whatever the term is. This article, among other things that have been happening in the sports world, for example, the Colin Cowherd AI chatbot, kind of put a wedge in my current video plans. Someone's got to talk about this, and many probably will. Okay, let's go AI, I love being replaced. Yeah, exactly. Many probably will. But I want to say this right now because, you know, you guys are the loyal fans. I don't think anyone's here is going to give my ideas to Perna. Here's the thing about sports YouTubers. They're really nice. They're really nice people. When you draw it out, I have no doubt that Tom Grossi is a fantastic person. I have no quabbles saying that Brandon Perna is a more ethical creator than I am, and that Tub Frog and whatever insert favorite sports creator, even Benchwarmer Bran, these are nice, respectful people that are more than happy to pull punches to make themselves more marketable and more just, I don't know, available to a more grander number of people. I'm trying to be nice myself here. If there's one YouTuber who doesn't pull punches when it comes to talking about sports, who will say anything and make fun of anyone, someone who will make a 20-minute video about how owners are garbage, someone who will make a 15-minute video about how Netflix is ruining sports, about how Roger Goodell doesn't understand flags or fans, you're watching him. So someone's got to do this, and it's going to be me. So keep an eye out for my AI video. I'm going to be working senselessly at this because the Colin Cowherd AI, and many other things are introducing a very troubling pattern in sports that I don't think is going to work, but I also want to give attention to because I use the Colin Cowherd AI, and it's just as bad as you could expect. It is horrendous. So I cannot wait for that video. If something is going on bad in the sports world, you know I'm going to cover it. So keep an eye out for that. Hunna's talking macro politics and economics again. So there you go. With the exception of basketball YouTube, sports YouTube is very nice and wholesome. Exactly, and that is great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, Hunnabot. Yeah, there you go. I completely agree with you. Like, in basketball's a loaded case, because you have, like, 2K creators, and then you have, like, streamers who were playing 2K but don't anymore, and then you have, like Los, who's a weirdo, but like it's hilarious. Los Boyos TV is objectively hilarious. And then you have like guys like Kenny, like King of the Fourth Quarter, who's like great. Mike Korzemba, the real OGs that have been doing it for 10 years. There's so much depth in sports content. I love talking about it. If we're not talking about offensive linemen running the 40s apparently right now. But like I say, I take pride in being the critical football YouTuber. And much like Mike Florio is the guy who's always calling out the NFL and its shit. I'm just Mike Florio with a red mustache. That's, you know, there it is. I'd love to get him on the show. Why Derek Carr is overrated. Derek Carr is not overrated. Derek Carr was an absolute monster. He was third in MVP votes a year. In 1 year. That's not something a lot of quarterbacks can say. Being top 3 at MVP votes ever. Russell Wilson's never even gotten an MVP vote. Let that sink in. Did you get the Cowherd AI turn to say racist stuff? I should try. I will say, so, okay, let me just, I don't want to spoil the video too much, but I had a pretty, I wouldn't say I had a good time, but I had a pretty in-depth time talking to the sports AI, right? Sports AI with Colin Cowherd. There's a hot take generator. There's a catch me up. There's a this day in sports history. So, you know, they could have just tossed out that third one. I don't really think anyone's going to use that. But there's also a chat bot, an AI chat bot that I asked it. I said, so is this Colin Cowherd but in text? And it said, no, not quite. This is Cletus AI. You know, like the big robot that like dances and spikes the football, hits the gritty on Sundays before the games start. Cletus. Yeah, so this is Cletus AI. This is a Fox Sports based AI model, which is the voice behind the Colin Cowherd chatbot. And I got a couple things to say about it. I'll go in more depth during my video, but just broad strokes from what I've seen thus far. It's super mean for like no reason. And it has no idea what the fuck it's talking about. I told it, Graham Gano's my favorite player on the Giants. And they were like, that makes sense. Graham Gano's pretty good. And I'm like, I don't understand why they benched him. They're like, well, he got hurt. He tore his ACL, which that was a few years ago. He tore his ACL. But good thing they signed Randy Bullock to be his replacement. I'm like, Randy Bullock? Randy Bullock played in 2023. They're like, you're right. My bad. They signed Cade York. I'm like, no, Cade York was also in 2023. And they're like, oh, well, right. Well, we're talking broad strokes here. It like puts it on me. They're like, I'm the idiot. Like as if like, what? And they're like, no. They signed Young Wei Koo. And I'm like, no, yeah, for like a game. But that's not who the Giants used to replace Graham Gano. I'm like, do you even know what's going on, Cletus AI? And they're like, yeah, I know what's going on. And I'm like, okay, so then who should the Giants sign as their next kicker? And it says Mason Crosby. Like, Mason Crosby retired 2 years ago. And it's like, okay, well, besides Mason Crosby, had they considered Nick Folk? I'm like, well, that's at least an option. But what about Ben Sauls? And the AI was like, who the fuck is Ben Sauls? So the point is, even Cletus AI can't figure out the Giants kicker situation. The only sort of optimistic take I love was shitty AIs. They were all collectively fucked over, hopefully leading to a boiling over against corporations and billionaires. That's a good point. I agree with you, broad strokes there too, Stroner Cat. I do agree. But what I will say, to get off my soapbox for a second here, I do agree with you that hopefully this will kind of, I don't know, make the average person a little more wiser to how things work and, you know, how little human life and I would say production is worth to these companies. Socialist Hana has returned. But another thing, I don't think it's very good. I think AI language learning models will hit a bottleneck at some point. The dead internet theory is very interesting. And I think at some point it will either plateau or completely fall off a cliff. And if the sports AI is any indicator, we're going to be okay. If Cletus AI is any indicator, we're going to be okay. My only concern is that people will start using it as like their and replace it with like their buddy talking sports. There's so much nuance and depth and just bonding you get from talking sports with someone, whether it's on here with like all of us, me, you know, or just people you know in real life. It's so healthy, man. And I can promise you one thing, I'm real. Like I'm not, I'm not an AI. I'm real, dude. You guys know I make mistakes all the time. Like I couldn't name Trent. I forgot who Trent McDuffie was, bro. So I can tell you that. So what I'm saying is, I just don't want fans to try and, because that's the whole idea here. They want people to get on here and give a hot take like Colin Cowherd's their best friend and be like, I think Sam Darnold sucks. But, eat shit, Colin. And then he'll be like, well, hold on, folks, Colin Cowherd's a Super Bowl champion. He's tough from the neck up. He's, true blue, thick, trunky, big body quarterback. And it's like, well, that doesn't really get the same draw as talking to your buddy. Even if your buddy's an idiot, I got news for you. Colin Cowherd's an idiot. Skip Bayless is a moron. Stephen A doesn't know anything. Sports pundits are stupid, and that's perfectly fine. But AI doesn't belong within that category. You know what I mean? Hunna Marks, there you go. Ask question. I'm not even talking about 2K or highlight watches. I'm talking about basketball announcements. A different degenerate yelling nonsense from the sky every other week. Oh, I'm not even on that side. I got to catch up to the degenerate side of basketball YouTube. I got to catch up with the chat as well. Clickbait. I feel in love with the NFL AI bot. I fell in love with the AI with AI Cletus. Cletus AI. So stupid. Ask why Sam Darnold's better than Lamar. Should I do that right now for the bit? Hold on. Let me do this right now for the bit. Let's do this really quick. And again, you guys can do this, but I wouldn't recommend it because this shit is so stupid. All right.
Every play, every stat, every storyline, I've got it all. What do you want to know?
I think that Sam Darnold is better than Lamar Jackson. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. Lamar Jackson has 2 league most valuable player awards, and he's put up 4 perfect passer rating games, which is literally the most ever. Sam Darnold's had an awesome late career surge, and he's got Seattle 1 win from a Super Bowl after that 346 and 3 touchdown day against the Rams. But Lamar's ceiling as a weapon is still higher. Darnold's the better story. Lamar's the scarier quarterback. So let me ask you, are you judging better by pure quarterbacking, or by who gives you the best chance to win 1 game tomorrow?
I don't do this anymore. So I don't know if you caught that or not, but it said if Sam Darnold hasn't even won the Super Bowl yet, he's 1 game away from winning a Super Bowl. And that is the absolute crux of why Sports AI and the Colin Cowherd chatbot and all this hoopla bullshit won't work. Sports change way too frequently. Things are way too reflexive for AI chatbots to keep up because they don't have a way of filtering recent information. They just take everything online, summarize it into one big clump of info, and say stupid bullshit like Sam Darnold hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, even though it's been almost a month. And again, like, even that wasn't even entertaining. Colin Cowherd would actually give like a contrarian, that's his whole thing, giving a contrarian opinion to why Sam Darnold's awesome. That's like his whole bit. So that's all I'm saying. Like, you guys get it. AI is bad. I don't think anybody in here is going to be like, well, hold on. Think about what AI could do for the long term. I don't think anybody in here is defending it. But when I really used the Colin Cowherd chatbot, when I read this article about how lower level scouts are being replaced by AI potentially, it's, I felt the need to make a video, among other things. There's a soccer coach that used AI and like got fired because he way relied on ChatGPT too much. There's other things. Oh, another thing. Again, I don't want to give away the whole video, but we're here. Where is it? Found this other thing. I was researching for my Derek Carr video, and oh great, where is it? Okay, either way, I was researching for my Derek Carr video and was looking for actual behind the scenes research on whether or not the 2014, what happened with the 2014 quarterback class, which whoa, Blake Bortles, what a loaded story he's had. Johnny Manziel, there's only been 19 documentaries made about him. Teddy Bridgewater, probably better than he should have, he was worse than he should have been. Teddy Bridgewater had his moments. And Derek Carr, who was an absolute beast, but everybody rips on him for no reason. Jimmy Garoppolo, who's really bad, has just been in really good situations. It's such a loaded case. So I clicked on this article summarizing all the quarterbacks, what they did, what their career looked like. And it was written by an AI. I forget what the website was called, but it was AI articles or whatever, and it was the most shallow, stupid chat. They tell me about the top 5 quarterbacks in the 2014 class. Gemini said a thing, cut, paste, that's an article. So why even bother writing an article if that's going to be one of the top things that comes up? Hunnaball, you gave me that talking ball feeling in the summer CFB vids. Wait, what? Oh, Hunna Marks? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, listen. Like, no, it's very tough for me not to let my... when I talk with all this emotion, it's very tough for me not to bring up stuff I, like, really do care about. Like, I'm not faking this, guys. This stuff really drives me crazy. When I'm not watching sports, I just watch YouTube video essays why AI is going to kill us all. It's not healthy, but it's true. Honestly, all this sounds very Colin Coward-esque. What, my take or the... sorry, I'm like way behind. Or the AI, like... the AI Colin Coward. But I think of all the data centers and think of all the data centers and shareholders. Clean water, who needs that? We could sell that too. Yeah, exactly. AI consume more water than people. That's cool. That's nice. Are we innovative? Terrible example. AI makes mistakes all the time, proving you're even more likely AI Hunnabot. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But AI's mistakes aren't funny. AI doesn't like own it. AI doesn't own it. It's a fair point though. Being a Super Bowl champion needs nothing. You need to know ball like Stephen A. Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I know you're being facetious, but it is like people don't watch Stephen A because he's super smart. They don't watch Stephen A because they agree with all of what he says. They watch Stephen A because he's a character. You'll never get a virtual character, no matter how hard companies try. Kind of a side note, but I get that people are lonely and that's a symptom of what's seeing people befriending AI, and that's genuinely testament to how mental health is important. Also, loving yourself, being happy alone with yourself needs to be reinforced in a lot of us. Great point, Stoner Cat. Excellent point. And it sucks that, something so relevant in NFL news happened this week about Rondale Moore, taking his own life, which is really awful, obviously. And I just think in this lonely era, listen, there's a bit on like The Ringer and then probably a movie. They probably took it from a movie. But on the Ringer Fantasy Football podcast, which I listen to all the time, they talk about how like something will happen. They'll be like, how can I make money from this? And that's like so the AI field right now. That's like so like, how can we make money from this? People are lonely. There's got to be a way to capitalize on that. And that's not super nice or healthy as I fix this window. So I completely agree with you, Stoner Cat, guys. Seek out people in real life and virtually. I mean, shoot, I like that we all hang out, but obviously having like real life relationships is really important as well. I'm no what's the word, psychologist, but I don't think being lonely is super healthy. Hot take, but I agree. And it's easy to kind of lean into the AI thing and be like, well, my friends suck. I've done that. I've done that. Like recently, I got into a thing a couple months ago where I was like really mad at a lot of my friends and like close family people, and I was like, I'm gonna vent to AI because I don't want anyone to bug me. And I did it for a little bit, and I thought about it. I'm like, this isn't really accomplishing anything. This is just making me feel like this is just me validating my own confirmation bias, and also like hating everyone in my life who I don't even have the spine to talk to. Like this isn't healthy at all. So it's very easy. I don't say this in judgment. Like, don't be friends with AI, loser. Like, I've done it. It sucks. And I get that there is real life application for AI. I get that there's benefits to it. It's so funny. I really thought I was just gonna bring up this article and then move on and save it all for the video. But I just wanted to share this in an open forum. I get that there are like real life applications to AI. It's just a bummer that like all the smoke is about like language learning models where you can have a friend in your pocket. It's like, that's not how things are supposed to work. And I don't think that's a hot take. And you know what else isn't a hot take? Anything an AI says. And a hot take is completely antithetical to what an AI is. An AI is all about telling you accurate and digestible information that you can agree with and feel better about yourself with. How the hell are you going to listen to one of the most outrageous sports pundits on the internet or on the air and think, I want to agree with him? That's the whole point. You disagree with them and you watch and you get mad and you think, I know more than Colin Cowherd. Hell, I should be sitting in that chair. And I'll tell you, most of the time you're probably right. Most of the time. And again, I can guarantee you this, whether you know more or less than Colin Cowherd's up in the air, but I can tell you what, everybody in this chat knows more than J-Mac. J-Mac's a damn fool. So I know I'm on my soapbox now, but yeah, it's the Sunday soapbox segment. But it's wild how women are usually picking AI bots more than men. Think that that'll quickly change if they gave robot bodies with words in them. Like, oh, believe me. I know I'm going really slow through the chat, so I'll get to everything that's said, believe me. But I completely agree with you. I told you guys about that girl I dated that was like addicted to ChatGPT, and like I'm bummed out because we had a really good vibe. I don't want to share too much of my personal life, and this is going to sound like projecting more than anything. We didn't work out. She ended things, and I don't know for certain. And I don't want her to come out and sue me if she ever sees this. She won't. All I'm saying is she ended things. And given how much she talked to AI, telling me about it, saying that her AI was her buddy, she gave it a name, she, you know, told it to talk in a certain tone, she talks to chat, she called it all day, every day. When she ended things, I thought, there's no way AI did not have a factor in this. There's no possible way AI did not play a role. There's no way she didn't vent about like the sleaze that streams on YouTube without like, you know, without like long-term income or any kind of plan. Be like, is this the guy for me? And then AI is like, no. And then she ended things. I'm not blaming AI. I'm not perfect. I know that. I would just be shocked if it didn't play a factor. So yes, it's affecting dating too. It's affecting dating. It's affecting sports. It's affecting relationships. It's affecting every single thing on earth. You just saw it right here. Look at this. It's an ad for the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the AI glasses. And these glasses are cool. But Meta thinks, oh, because people like talking to the Ray-Ban glasses. Artificial, hold on. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. This is how prevalent this is. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., hold on, in the combine. This is not pre-planned, obviously. Hold on. Hold the fort. God, can I pause it? Okay, thank you. Here we go. Get a gander at this. Oh, boy. Here, hold on. Okay, we're just going to go like this. I just want you guys to read what it says here. Artificial intelligence is here. Somehow artificial intelligence has returned. Somehow. As we're talking about this, athletic intelligence is here. Done. I should clip this, honestly, for my video. Athletic intelligence is here. It's not even hard to research for this stuff. Every YouTuber on earth is making a why AI sucks video right now. So there you are. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's something AI will never say. They don't understand like lingo. So I know I'm like going on like a bunch of rants here, and I'm sorry if you came here to talk about football. That's my bad. But but I just felt the need to, you know, I'd rather hear Charles Davis talk shop. But let me catch up with the chat right now. I know every message makes me go on like a 10-minute tangent. Let's see. Look up pencil slop. Like no turn in football today. What do you mean? Pencil slop. All right, I'll check it out. Let's see. This better not be like something crazy, Otis. Pencil swap. Crossovia. Virtual interactive art studio, but the term appears in context of user experiences. This is a glitch story where mechanical pencil was inexplicably replaced with a wooden one. Oh, so it like sucks. Jeez, this website's crazy. An attraction which virtual art studio in a which is a virtual art studio in a huge building. The art is known for its audience participation, its interactive games and art projects. The attraction workers ask audiences to make a art project, take part in an art contest, drawing session, a game, or had a cartoon workshop how animations work. I'm not the first person to say this. I won't be the last, but can we let the AIs do the boring stuff and let the humans do the art? I feel like the Bengals are probably going to use AI since they have such a small scout team already. They probably already do. I'm not going to lie. Someone needs to use AI to make hot take scripture vids. I just want to see something. I want a 6-month sample size of what they look like by someone competent using it. You want an idea for what an AI video looks like? I'll tell you. I'll pull it up right now. You want to see AI sports? Here's one. Done. So this is AI sports, if you couldn't tell. This is just trendy bullshit. 105k subscribers. This is just trendy nonsense slop bullshit. They get less views than I do, even though they have 100,000 subscribers, because they post like 3 times a day. Use the same ass like stupid thumbnails, the laziest thumbnails you could ever imagine. But some of their videos do well. It's all for the machine. Million views, 705, 630. And people don't know they're AI, but they are, right? Here's another one. Perfect example. This channel. No, okay, wait, hold on. It's not this one. It's not this one. I'm sure this guy makes great stuff. This one right here. Football culture at its finest. These are AI videos. I've watched them. These are AI videos. Someone puts a prop to do a chat bot, works through it a little bit, and then, you know, these are AI titles. The rise and fall of Tua, these are just, how good was LaDainian Tomlinson actually? Like all these like overdone sports titles. It's not meet the scariest defender in NFL history. Like it's all meant to just like attention grab, and they do numbers. It works, and that's what bums me out more than anything. They do numbers. But I'm pretty sure if you, I'm almost certain, I'm not going to play a video, but I'm almost certain if you listen to it, it's AI. And then last one, and I'll tell you, you want to hear a more direct example of what it looks like when AI gets involved with video making? Right here. Right here. That's right. Whose video is this? Oh no, it's mine. Oh, you can't see because it's cropped out. It's mine. It's mine. Hey, look at that, Jackson. Someone commented, it's criminal this channel lands 1,000 subs. 2,000, Jackson. All right. But obviously this is me as I'm sweating like a hog while I make this video. Obviously this is me. Let me pause the music really quick, because I feel like I'm yelling just to keep up with the Mario sound. Oh, geez. Anyway, obviously this is me. And I did not use AI to make this video, but I did use it a lot in the writing process, which, you know, didn't end up when I was talking about stuff that I knew, like about how like Woody Johnson's a piece of garbage and about how Jerry Jones sucks and David Tepper's an idiot. This kind of exposed me a little bit because half the stuff I said here about David Tepper was validated, but not validated to the extent I would like. And then I tried to get it to explain taxes, and right around here in the video is where it kind of fell off the rails a little bit. I still believe in what I said. I don't want to make that seem wrong. I still believe in what I said. But there are a couple facts like laced through here that I didn't fact check well enough, and I made myself sound like an idiot just by not like understanding the topic super well. So let me change back to the combine here so we can see who's running the 40. But yeah, man. So that's the crux of it, right? And more importantly than anything, right? If we go here, this title, this is my most AI title ever. We can't let them get away with this. That is the most AI title I've ever given you. Notice how since Takings for Losers, they've all been undercased. That's because that is so like not optimal. That is so not the right way to like market videos. And I don't give a shit, because the optimal right way to market videos just is like clickbaity bullshit, rigged to win. That's why this video kind of embarrasses me, not because it's a bad video or not because I take back what I say in it, but because it's so it just doesn't fit in with the rest of the nonsense on this channel, you know what I mean? So again, I'm not trying to be all narcissistic and talk about myself here, but that I just felt like it was worth bringing up. That, you know, it's if you want to see what AI is like when it gets involved with creation, many have done it before, and I'm not exempt. But that was before I realized how bad AI was. Wait, hold on. All right, let me actually. Okay, I'm just gonna do like a real just like spam through the chat. I miss when I was stupid back in 2022. It was funny. I completely agree. When Anthony Davis was put in a trucker seat and someone tweeted out, "You got to get your CDL, brother," I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Since Anthony Davis was a Laker at that point, that's when AI was funny still. Because it was so bad. Breaks my heart people get seduced by sitting on a couch over attending an NFL game. But I get it. Well, tickets are so damn expensive, but I get it. I agree. All AI does is validate opinions. It's really unhealthy for certain people. AI is not your friend. Well said. Well said, Otis. My favorite parts are genuinely storing all the stuff you're telling it to sell info for more moolah. Yeah, no, yeah, that too. That too. You got to be careful what you say. Imagine you had a close friend that you told things, and there was a guarantee that they were telling other people and would remember it for the rest of their life. Would you trust that friend with anything? Of course not. If you give AI a specific tone to talk to you, and you've already gone too far. Yeah. No, oh, for sure, yeah. You're like, oh, I want to make him British because, you know, it's my guy. Or I give him a name. I agree. I totally get using AI for some research or some... If you use it as like Google Part 2, that's not the end of the world, but it's not going to yield great results. Perfect example. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I made the Super Bowl ads video, and I was talking about how I don't want to sound like Joseph Stalin. And I'm like, what name rhymes with Joseph Stalin? And I'm like, God, I don't know. So I'm like, maybe I'll ask AI. Maybe AI will know. And I'm like, maybe AI will help him with this joke. For one thing, AI is not funny. It never will be funny. I'm like, maybe AI will help me with this joke. So I put it in. I'm like, what's a name that rhymes with Stalin? And as I'm typing it, I'm like, oh, Colin. Duh. So I'm like, okay, give me names of NFL players that like have Colin in it. And they give me Colin Kaepernick and then a bunch of people that like the joke's not going to work. I can't say, I'm not trying to sound like Joseph Stalin. I'm trying to sound like Colin Kaepernick, who also, you know, had a thing to say. Doesn't work. That doesn't fit the tone. So then I was like, oh, Collins, Carrie Collins, syllables are there. So that's just the point of like using AI. Sometimes they say, like Alex Hormozy says this, who I'm not trying to like glorify. I like his content, but like it's very different than mine. He says the shortcut is the way, right? And I think that's a really great way to interact with AI. It's like the shortcut is the long way. That's what I meant to say. The shortcut is the long way. It's like if you actually go through something, my Mac's gonna die. Are you kidding me? If you actually go through something and learn it, that's actually the shortest way to do it. You try and take a shortcut, it takes you twice as long. My mom said that all the time when I was growing up. And I was like, yeah, Mom, whatever. But now I get it. So yeah, again, I know I'm talking about myself a lot here, guys, but it just goes to show, it shocks me because I'm like, you guys, if you can't tell by now, I'm like a raging neoliberal who should hate AI. And even I fell under its meaningful gaze. I implore everyone to read reading a book written by a human, by the way, and compared to an AI article, you can see how different and genuine it is. That's a great point. That's a great point, Stoner Cat. I completely agree. I'm all up for reading. You got dumped by an AI. That's how I feel. That's my gut feeling. I'll never know. She'll probably never talk to me again. I hit her up for Valentine's Day. I'll probably never know. But yeah, probably. AI told my GF to break up with me would be such a clickbait title. I would need fact. That's the thing. It's all hypothetical. Everything that I know leads to that. If you talk to AI all day, every day, and you make big decisions about people in your life, I would take a guess that AI had at least a small factor, but I have no fact to verify it. And it sucks too. I really liked her, man. Whatever. Probably wasn't for the best. Ah! All right. I completely agree. You shouldn't be spending him time streaming when he could be your number one priority. And you're absolutely right that he cares so much about sports. You're not crazy. You're a detective. Otis, Otis, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm glad I know I'm way behind on this. I'm sorry that I'm so behind in the chat, but that's exactly what happened, I bet. It's like, and remember when I talked to you guys, we were watching games on Sunday and I was like, should I text her to confirm our date? And she got all mad on the second date. She got mad at me for not confirming the date. I'm sure that was a factor. She's like, I don't like that he's not confirming dates. He's too busy with football. And it's like, well, exactly what Otis said. It's like, you're not crazy. You're decisive with your time. It's like, great. Thanks. Pencil slop. He really is the worst known typer known to man. Yeah, that is true. How was the date on Wednesday? I don't think here when you talked about it. It was all right. I don't think there will be a second date, but it was all right. At least I met a real person. That was cool. And that's the bar is now. Wrote the completely wrong thing. I don't know how the other sections of YouTube is filled, but the military history videos are filled with AI bot videos and they're all terrible. Same voiceover with no facts. Yeah, totally. And when AI controls history, AI writes history. And when AI writes history, where does truth go? Who the hell knows? AI also scares me as a bit how it perpetuates the echo chamber mentality in a lot of people. You're super fucking smart, Stoner Cat. Psychology person, it sounds like. And I completely agree. The echo chambers and the epistemic bubbles of AI. You should watch your live on your live. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really fun and meta. I got great value ice cream sandwiches this morning because they were all out of the other brands. It's not as bad as that one person said they were. Hell yeah, John. Hell yeah. I would have titled it Owners Suck. Yeah, seriously. I don't know if you heard or not, but Owners Suck. That would have been a way better title than We Can't Let Them Get Away With This. Ha! Like, it's just... I should go in and change it, honestly. I should. I might. I will. What should I name the owner video? I like that. I honestly kind of like that. Like, Hunter would have titled it Owners Suck. Like... Oh, man. I mean, the video, like, it's done. I don't think it's going to go viral in the next, like, month. I don't know if you know or not, but Owners Suck. So let me know what you guys think I should rename my Owners video, and I'll do that right now. Great value gets too much hate. I think they're pretty solid for most stuff. Agreed. It's cheap. It's great value. Gossip ballin'. Are we talking about the combine now? Chris Collins wrote some home glazing announcer, right? If you could have used him. Like, what do you mean? I could have used him for the... I'm like way behind. Used him on a video. Used him as an AI. A lot of those AI videos glorify the Germans in World War II, so take that as you will. There was the whole Mecha Elon thing. It's not what it was called, but if you recall the whole like Grok disaster on Twitter, that was a whole nightmare. Drop a like if you haven't already, by the way. But yeah, we're 45 minutes into this. Combine's got about another half hour left. Just re-upload it for more views. Yeah, just re-roll it. I just want to change the title because I don't like having AI attached. By the way, the title also, or the thumbnail also, rigged to win, was all AI, and that pissed me off that I just like listened to it. For the Stalin, for the Stalin bit. Oh, that would have been good. Collinsworth. Not to sound like Collinsworth, but I think the joke was like, I'd rather sound more like Kerry Collins, who's like a niche NFL quarterback who was for the Giants, and Giants fans love Kerry Collins. Yeah, bring me some Kerry Collins. Yeah, drop a like if you haven't already. It probably turns into a football, I think. NFL owners ruining your team one step at a time. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm looking for something shorter, though. I like to keep my titles under 7 words. But it's not bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. Owners suck is not bad. Like, owners suck is not bad. I wish I could figure out how to do a poll. But I got it here. Just owners kind of suck. No no football. Damn it. Damn it. They don't even bother. Don't even bother. Well, I have a lot of strong opinions, especially with AI. I think it has applications, but God, it's really highlighting how much issues like literacy and critical issues are falling short today in the general population. Did I talk about this on stream? Okay, so I talked about, okay. Shout out my sisters, my younger sisters, right? One of them turned 18 yesterday. Good for her. Leap year birthday. Shout out Maddie. There was a moment like 2 weeks ago, and this isn't to put them on blast. For now, the title is "Owners Kind of Really Suck," but that is up for change. right now, you can check now. I changed the title. "Owners Kind of Really Suck." I think that's funny. But what was I saying? Let me go back to the combine actually, just really quick. There you are. But I was hanging out with my sisters a few weeks ago, and they're both doing their homework because they're both in high school. And they were both on ChatGPT, didn't leave the website. Not once. They literally didn't leave the website. And I saw that and thought, I can't imagine this is super healthy. Not changing the tab at least once, basically having AI as their teacher. And I was just kind of concerned, but I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to sound all like pretentious uncle about it, or unk. So I just kind of kept my mouth shut, didn't say anything. They're interviewing Ola. And my older sister, she, like, when she was done, she closed her laptop and then just said, I am so fucked. And I was like, why is that? And she's like, I literally cannot learn without this thing. That's literally what she said. She took the words right out of my mind. Like, I literally cannot learn without this thing. And I'm just like, oh man, we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble, dude. We're in trouble. And I know it's like many YouTubers have said it. I know, like, Malcio said he turned 17, so I'm assuming that's high school. A lot of James, I know you're in high school. Like, you know, a lot of us are in college here. I'm not, but you know, a lot of you guys are in college. Not to sound all preachy, not to sound all youth pastor about it, but what I will say is learning has its benefits. And I took shortcuts when I could in school. I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't. I got caught cheated on a couple of tests, and that's, you know, if I got caught cheating on every test I did, or every test I cheated on, I would not have graduated high school, middle school, or college. I've been known to take a shortcut or two. I'm the Cliff Notes king. But I will say, learning is underrated. That's my hot take. Learning is underrated. So yeah, that's me, sounding all preachy. I've got her a birthday present. Cash. Congrats to her. Yeah, hell yeah. Literally, the only thing AI is good at is recognizing cancer. Subing. Yeah, bro. That's medical AI is cool, man. Of course, I wouldn't want ChatGPT as my doctor, but you know, at the end of the day, the new guy at my workplace was talking about how ChatGPT was his crush to do homework and admitted he didn't know what he was doing unless he had AI to do everything. That's what I mean. And I like, look, I've cheated a lot on stuff. I've, you know, because my thing is, I've mentioned this before. You guys see how bad of a typer I am. You also see how often I like slip up and read the wrong words. I'm really bad at reading. I can own that. I'm really, like, I could do it. Like, I can read. I say this on dates and they're like, you can't read. And they think I'm serious. Like, no, I can read. But the problem is that my ADHD goes so fast that I like jump over words or get bored or get sidetracked or do something else. And when I try and read a book or like a article or something, my mind just goes, right? So I'll use ChatGPT or used ChatGPT to summarize articles and papers, but I never actually had it write something for me because I have such a very distinct way of writing because I'm so fucking cool. I have a very distinct way of writing, so I knew that if I had AI do it, I would get busted immediately. Like, I just write whatever comes to mind. The way I talk on stream, that's how I'm writing papers for school. Like, my capstone dissertation was on The Big Lebowski. Like, that's nonstop jokes. So what I'm saying is I never actually got AI to write stuff for me. I have a lot of sympathy for people that do. Because if you can't write or read, that's brutal. That's not a fun combo to live with. That's not great. Yeah, I've used AI to cheat. Sucks. Just cheat the old-fashioned way. Yeah, seriously, just cheat the old-fashioned way. AI is rooting so many students. It's crazy. Some of my students will try and use it on essays, and the ones who need AI aren't smart enough to disguise it. Yeah, there you go. That's the paradox of it. It's like you can tell. It's like this is very articulate language from someone that can barely write. And then when you have them do like in-class homework, I mean, it's cool to know we have a teacher in here, Romy. That's badass. That's what I mean. I can only imagine teachers, and I hear that some teachers are using it too, when the whole system is falling apart. How did this turn into an AI rant? I thought we were going to talk about the Combine. Clearly, this brings a lot of emotion out of people, though. We all have a take, and I'm glad we're not sharing that take with Colin Coward. In my day, we had to use fucking Chegg. Yeah, Chegg was sick. I loved Spark Notes and Cliff Notes and Chegg, and even Photo Math felt fair. Photo Math felt fair. It wasn't great, but it felt fair. And now it's like, you know what it's like? You know what AI is like using? It's like playing Madden with all the sliders turned up for you. It's just like not even fun. It's like, what's the game of that? It's like, nice, you win by 99. Cool. You put up numbers. That's fun for like 2 games. You don't actually like get to like, that's the whole thing. The challenge of it is what makes you want to do it. I sound so preachy, but I'm glad no one's disagreeing with me. I don't imagine anyone that disagreed with me would be like, oh, I have a counter opinion. Like, I don't think that would happen right now in this chat. It's a byproduct of the owner's ability to pass the blame. Downstream from that, it's hard to ignore the passiveness of players. It's always a collective because they agree on the CBA in the end. Are we talking? Is that like a lag message? Are we talking about the owner video again? I had to, and everyone else in my school, sign a paper in my AI class to not use AI, and shit can happen if I do. I'm glad. Amen to that. I had a teacher who probably, in my AP US history, who probably makes kids sign contracts, puts them to death if they use AI. At least when you had to cheat before, AI required some amount of thought or cleverness. Exactly. You had to go around the system. You couldn't just go straight through. Cheating used to be fun back in the day. And that basically just was, and that was just basically a glorified tutor system. Yeah, no, exactly. It was just like a collective of people who did the stuff, but it's ran by people. You know what I mean? Bots don't know anything. Nothing more embarrassing when you give a wrong fact because AI told you, oh shoot, it's the run rich run. Oh shit. Drop everything, guys. Should we donate? Yeah, I'll donate. I'll donate. For the hell of it. Why not? The stream's having fun. Where is it? Run rich run. We'll donate really quick. I'm not going to donate a ton, and I'm going to do it off screen, but this is not like me being Mr. Beast about it, being like, oh, I'm so fucking awesome, I donate money. It's just, I feel like, you know, we get a lot out of the NFL. I'm not sharing my screen, am I? I just don't want my PayPal to be on the internet. God forbid RJ joins. All right. If you want to, now's the time to donate to Run Rich Run. Just saying. I may be broke, but not above this. Because we're having this talk about how everything sucks now and about how the world's like ending. It's nice to just get a moment of like clarity and you know, throw some money to St. Jude, who do good things, I hope. But yeah. What else were we talking about? Just get the colored subtitles. Yes, yeah, that's all I'm waiting for. Yeah, I should get the colored subtitles that look so good. And I've put subtitles in my videos. Dude, subtitles take forever, by the way. They're so not worth it. I feel like putting subtitles in your video is so like condescending. It's like, oh, I know your attention span sucks, so I'm going to put text so you don't get bored. It's not for everyone, but please try talking about yourself out loud to try to try talking to yourself out loud to teach yourself when you're alone. Genuinely hearing myself helps reinforce concepts. You know, Stoner Cat, you're a real freak. You know that? No, I'm kidding. I completely agree. John with the tax write-off. Thanks, John. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the 20. Again, I did not do that so John could donate. I appreciate it, John. John's fun in this channel. I should just rename the Hunna Fund the John Fund. But did he run already? Did we miss it? Are they doing the simulcam? Did we miss it? Well, either way. He's slower than Arvel Reese. I love watching these. I really do. But I didn't want to just gloss over what Stoner Cat said. So, because I just kind of left on a joke being like, Stoner Cat's a crazy man. No, I on it genuinely, I completely agree. Like, it can't be overstated how healthy talking to yourself is. I know that sounds so weird and so crazy, but I've lived on my own for a while now. And let me tell you something. Talking to yourself is like the only thing keeping me sane. That and journaling. I'm sorry for getting all preachy. I keep saying that, but it feels so weird. But this is like my favorite thing. If I could recommend any self-help thing, it's not cold showers. It's not getting up early, drinking coffee, taking Zins, when you name it. Even working out. Working out is great. But the healthiest thing I've done is journaled, man. Journaling is like, I journal every night, dude. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. It's my most proud streak. There's an app I use, not sponsored. There's an app I use called Day One. It's a journaling app. I have a streak. Hold on, I messed up. I've been physically journaling, so I don't actually have a streak, but like, you know, if we're keeping track of nights that I've journaled, my streak is at 1,063 days. So that's my proudest flex. I have no money. I dress like shit, but I'm proud of my journaling. So journal if you can. That's where I was going. And talk to yourself if you can too. I'm way behind on the chat again. I just became a master of plagiarizing something and just putting it into my own words. That's the way to do it. That's the way to cheat like men. Can't believe how some people can't write appropriately. It's crazy. Not being able to read is one thing. Not being able to write, come on, buddy. I'm not smart enough to understand the combine. Don't worry, Griffin. Neither am I. Neither am I. AP US history is just me plagiarizing all the written assignments because why do I need to explain something that someone else has already explained to me better? But at least you, like, you know, in plagiarizing, you kind of found your own relationship with the text and the information. I'm not saying you got to do everything grassroots, but, you know, at least a little bit of a challenge. My English school teacher grades our papers with the AI clanker thing, just gives me 50. I kept complaining until she got fired. W. Karen moment. Hell yeah. The AI clanker. That's brutal. Oh man, have y'all seen the homework mode thing? In ChatGPT, I have not. Oh boy, that's brutal. They're showing Rich run against the rest of the NFL Network crew. Rich took last. That's devastating. They got a hottie working in the NFL Network crew. Whatever, I'm done. Cheating took skill back then. Cheating used to be cool. I need to talk to myself because my internet comments need to sound good IRL. There you go. There you go. You got it. You got to make sure it's like, does that make sense? Saying that out loud. I don't trust anyone who doesn't talk to themselves semi-regularly. Like, how do you work out your problems on your own without talking to yourself? Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone's got a conscience, but I agree. You know, that's the whole thing. It's well, not everyone, but you know, so Dan Snyder probably doesn't have a huge one. But yeah, talking to yourself is very healthy. I'm glad we're all on the same page there. If I was rich, I'd specifically just train to run the 40 for charity. I think he does, but like, what, just take time from the NFL and just drop it entirely and just become like a sprinter? I wonder if Rich Eisen spent a year running the 40. I wonder how fast he could go. If he spent a year just like training like hell, dieting like crazy, working out nonstop, living like Kobe or Tom Brady, I wonder how fast he could get. What is the ceiling for a 50-year-old man who's like, you know, I don't want to say out of shape, but the NFL Network just dusted him, so he can't be that much of an athlete. I'd be helping someone get their GEDs and I hope they remember they have my number. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. James helping people out. I talk to myself when no one's in my dorm mainly just to rant, air, and think about being a YouTuber and just don't follow through. Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't have to talk to a camera to feel heard. That's what I mean. And no one understands you better than yourself. I like history, so I naturally just ace to help my cousin with math homework so he doesn't cheat. See, that's the way to do it. I try and help my sisters, and they're like, yeah, but you don't explain it as well as ChatGPT. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a human being. Like, come on, dude. What are we talking about here? History is interesting, though, James. Hell yeah. History is great. History is a lot of fun. It's fun learning about what's happened in the past. Okay. I think the dust is settled on our AI rant. And believe me, I am always happy to rant about it. And honestly, it shocks me that I haven't done an AI hate video yet. Like, it's shocked. I mean, my last video was kind of in that world, but it feels like this one really stuck the landing. Like, this one really hit home to why I think AI in sports is so damaging, because while it's stupid and while we can complain about AI ruining everything, and I completely think there's validity to that, I think within sports particularly, the problem is if the AI Colin Cowherd works, and it won't, but if it works, if it goes according to plan of Fox, then what they'll start doing is, why broadcast shows when you can just interact with people, quote unquote? Why watch Speak when you can just talk to LaShawn McCoy or talk to Joy Taylor? Which, boy, I bet those messages would get very gross, judging by the people that use chatbots frequently, very quickly, but still. Like, and I just think it sets a bad precedent. So while I don't think it's going to work, and to be honest, I got to say this, I kind of left this out. I'm not going to sit here blaming Colin Cowherd for the Colin Cowherd AI. I've rewatched him like broadcast the like commercial for it, like the ad for the Colin Cowherd AI. He seems, I'm not a body language expert. It doesn't seem like he's super into the idea. It kind of just seems like Colin Cowherd's just doing what he has to do because his boss told him to. I think he's taking one for the team. He doesn't seem super thrilled about it. The whole ad seems very tongue-in-cheek. He kind of is like joking and like laughing through it. I don't think he thinks it's serious, but I also don't think he's a huge fan. So I don't want this to be like, I hate Colin Cowherd, how dare he make an AI. I think it's just a bad indicator of sports media to come. I love social studies. We're on a boss to stay on topic, we never wander off. It's also so light, you absorb yourself like a sponge, like just passion, like right, like yapping on the SAQs. Short answer questions. Exactly. You get to work through ideas. Amen to that. Well, how to boss to stay on topic, we never wander off. Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. Having an internal monologue is genuinely helpful, but saying it out loud reminds me I'm also still human. Exactly, and you're there. You're real. Look in the mirror and know I'm there. Kendrick Lamar, real. That's what those math channels are for. Some Indian YouTuber got me through my CS classes. Yes! Yes, bro, that's what education YouTubers are for. That's what you do. You learn it. You find another way. I completely agree, man. I forget what math channels it is. But I would figure out the Pythagorean theorem with some guy on a black whiteboard writing on or a virtual black whiteboard, just writing stuff out, coming up with new methods, new cheats, and I felt like I was better than everyone. And Jarvis in the chat, he loves social studies, especially if you had an enthusiastic teacher. Exactly. History teachers, very high ceiling with a history teacher. If we had to do like draft grades, I feel like history teachers are low floor, I gotta say, but high ceiling. I've had some history teachers that I couldn't stand, but then I've had some phenomenal history teachers as well. U.S. history is not boring. My guy Andrew Jackson took the bad guy to the new heights. Andrew Jackson's a crazy guy to learn about. There's a lot there. One in English, but he had English subtitles. There you go. It wasn't in English, but he had English subtitles. See, there you go. There you go. That's the way to do it. Sometimes they don't speak English, but you figure out a way. That's what technology is for, damn it. If you could learn about one century, what would it be? This is so funny. 1900s, hell yeah. They never taught Andrew Jackson in my school. That tracks. That tracks. You have to create an echo chamber, and that's not a bad... You have people to create an echo chamber, and that's not a bad thing. Echo chambers do get a bad rep. Well, I mean... I think echo chambers get... they perpetuate bad ideas sometimes, but I think echo chambers with people are healthier than echo chambers with AI. And there's a fine line between an echo chamber and an epistemic bubble, which I don't remember what it is, but I know they're different. And I think a lot of people mix up the two. I should just look it up. Psychology Hana, and then I'll get back to the chat. Here's what we're gonna do. Watch this. No thanks. No thanks, Gemini. I'd rather read something else. There you go. So I think we just read the headline. Jeez. But in short, I mean, it's right here. We don't have to read the whole thing. An epistemic bubble is when you don't hear people from the other side, and echo chambers when you don't trust people from the other side. Plain and simple. So I think, you know, epistemic bubbles are inherently a lot more harmful than echo chambers. Echo chambers is just not believing the other side, which I think we're all guilty of. I don't trust Eagles fans. I'm kidding. What are they saying? They weren't teaching you motherfucker shit, Otis. I grew up in Oakland, CA. The homeland. Where America was born, Oakland, CA. I had a dream last night that I was panning for gold, and I hit it big. Like, literally, like Gold Rush era Hunna. And I was, like, panning, and I was like, oh, my God. It's crazy. Yeah, they're definitely going to take that AI to say things Colin would never say, like Baker Mayfield's a leader, Justin Herbert's a bust. Oh, yeah. I already got it. He was, like, talking about how Sam Darnold's not like, a realistic winner. History teachers are S tier. I don't think I've had a bad one. I've had a bad one. Let me think. I skipped history freshman year. Middle school was hit or miss. Yeah, middle school was really hit or miss, actually. I don't even remember my 8th grade middle school teacher in history. Damn. I don't even recall. That's crazy. Actually, you know what? No. My 6th grade history teacher was super annoying, and like I did not like her. Then my 7th grade history teacher was awesome. And my 8th grade history teacher was my 6th grade history teacher, but because she was working with an older crowd, she chilled out a lot and things got a lot better, so I ended up liking her. Then my 9th grade history teacher, I didn't take it history. 10th grade was absolutely brutal, one of my least favorite teachers, only because she called me on skipping class one time and I got a Saturday school, which really pissed me off. And then my junior and senior year history teachers were sick, and they were a couple. My history teacher in junior year was the guy. History teacher in senior year was the woman in their marriage, and they're both cool. Their education integrated very well. Very cool. Keep it G real people. I still DM them on Instagram. I read a book on Andrew Jackson, pretty evil guy, top to bottom president. I've heard some people say there's like a little more to Andrew Jackson, but again, I'm not a history guy. We kind of glossed over him in my history class, so I hear ya. Not gonna lie, if my history teacher did Hamilton in class, I would have thought that shit was cringy as fuck. Well, that's not a surprise. I agree with you there. You gotta kind of, you know, take the good with the bad. I'm not seeing every chat, so maybe I'm like missing some stuff. My bad. Shout out to the organic chemistry teacher. Genuinely go to YouTube tutor. That's what I mean. You got great people on this website. You're watching one of them. Just kidding. It's quite fascinating. I'm glad I mentioned it. Oh yeah, seriously. Yeah, no, the echo chamber. Yeah, thank you, Griffin. I'm glad you mentioned it too. It's an interesting divide. See, we're learning things. Justin Herbert's a bust, Jarv. All my history teachers were great. We did some type of simulation, World War I, Oregon Trail, Great Depression. Oh yeah, those are the best. Playing Oregon Trail in history class was so much fun. If the squares in my class knew how to play it, they were like, why don't we just buy a bunch of oxen? And we died immediately. And then that was the class. It's like, well, we only got enough time for one run, so let's just hang out. It's like, what the hell, guys? You guys don't even game like that. I do mess with world history more than U.S. history. Having a kind of long lesson about the emu war and vibes was kind of fire. Yeah, for the vibes. Well, world history is nice because you don't feel like any stakes in it. Because you go further back in U.S. history, whatever way you slice it, there's some guilt living in the U.S. and going through U.S. history. There is some guilt. The U.S. has done some treacherous stuff. But if you're reading about like England or France or all those Germany, boy, they did some stuff. You're reading about those European countries or other nations and think, wow, they're really messed up over there. Good thing I'm not on that team. And then you do some U.S. history and it's, you know, we didn't exactly get out of this scot-free. Call would never say that's my point, Otis. Exactly, Jerv. I listen to conservatives and they make me more liberal. There you go. That's Otis resents the epistemic bubble. Like losing a battle to a bunch of birds when you have guns is really an accomplishment that's unmatched. I didn't study too much about the emu war, but I'm sure I've heard that they lost to a bunch of birds, which is funny. I just don't know too much about it. Well, this is interesting. We put into context a bunch of stuff that was happening, like the Han Empire, Roman Empire at their biggest together, but never met each other. Yeah, imagine if there was Twitter when the Han Empire and the Roman Empire were a thing. That'd have been a lot. Does that include when you discover your history teacher secretly had a heart of gold the whole time? Wait. Oh, does that include? Yeah. She was like, this woman's not too bad. You know, she's a good person. She just doesn't like 6th graders, which I understand. I felt like such an adult in 8th grade. I'm just like all cool. Like, yeah, I'm not that freak spaz that I was 2 years ago. I'm 14 now. I have a girlfriend, almost. They didn't teach cool stuff like the Emu Warrior. See, Otis, you gotta do your own research. Sounds like a movie, actually. Yeah, that does sound like a movie. The history teacher that you found out wasn't that terrible. Roman Empire or Roman Republic, which is cooler to learn about. Pass, next question. I'm not great with history. I like learning about it, but I don't remember it super well. I could tell you about Walter Payton and Barry Sanders. Crazy. I had a history and civics teacher that were married. That guy was cool as fuck, but the woman hated me. Yeah, it's kind of what I did too. Except the woman, like, they both like were very fond of, you know, the Hunnaball. I was just always cracking jokes. One time I took a test in junior year and my shoes were super squeaky and the class was dead quiet. And I was like walking and like you'd think that the teacher would get all pissed and making all this noise. And he just started cracking up. I was like, hell yeah, this guy's cool. And then I cheated on something and he, you know, let it go, which was also very cool of him. We never did Oregon Trail. We only did Revolutionary Civil War geography and civil rights, which was cool. Actually, Otis, you had fun. Otis had fun. Hot take, imperialism leads to a lot of atrocities. There you go. Yeah, hot take. Yeah. Can we get that out of the Colin Cowherd AI bot? That's just, okay, hold on here. That's just really quick. This is the last time I'm going to use this thing on this stream. I just want to see really quick. Let's retry. Come on.
Every play, every stat, every storyline, I've got it all. What do you want to know?
What do you know about Andrew Jackson?
Andrew Jackson was a total force of personality, war hero, old hickory, and the 7th president who basically rewired the job by selling himself as the voice of the common man. He crushed the second bank of the United States with a veto and stared down the nullification crisis with the kind of hardline, the union comes first energy you don't see much anymore. And his legacy is complicated. He signed the Indian Removal Act in 1830, which set up the Trail of Tears, and that's a stain that doesn't wash out. When you think of him, do you think populist president or power first executive?
I didn't think he was going to answer. I didn't think we were going to get an answer there. I really thought he would say, I only talk about sports. Pass, next question. Well, there you guys go. It's like Colin's here. Guys, I'd like to introduce Colin Cowherd. I have him on the Hunnaball stream. Dumbest shit ever. Oh, boy. Oh, man. To be fair, they were trying to shoot the birds on a moving platform with mostly bolt action rifles. I think they had one machine gun, but birds are faster than dudes are. Birds don't mess around. Emus are for real. Line them up. Japan is not getting enough hate for what they were getting up to during World War II. I like how this has just turned into a history discussion. I'm pissed I never did World War II. I knew it so much for so long. There you go. That's what it's all about. Anyone got a favorite conspiracy theory? I like NBA lottery, NBA draft lottery conspiracies. I like the Patrick Ewing, where I think, was it confirmed? But where David Stern like froze one of the cards and like pulled the cold one for Patrick Ewing to go to the Knicks. I like those because they feel very low stakes. I also think that the Luka trade was all Adam Silver, but that's just me. Yeah, Colin Kaepernick sounds like he's gonna bust. Jeez. Japan was partially America's fault. Yeah, this is so funny. I've got like 17 conversations going right now. John's grandpa fought the Japanese in Laos as a guerrilla. Holy hell. Ask Colin Cowherd if Tom Brady could have stopped the Blitzkrieg in 1939 and 1940. I don't want to use it anymore. It makes me feel weird. You can make your own Sports Nation stream with a Colin likeness that's close to the real thing. But what would be the point? What would be the point? What would be the point? I don't care for that. I don't think that's healthy. I wonder if real life Colin Cowherd has like that much of a take on Andrew Jackson. I wonder. Whatever. What part of Japan was America's fault? Because Pearl Harbor, I don't give a fuck. That just came with that. Came with the territory at that time. My grandpa fought Nami, wasn't on the American side though. Sheesh. I don't know too much about my like parents and grandparents' history, so maybe they fought in some wars. I'd imagine they did. I think my dad was like a inventory guy. Thanks. So, thank you for your service, sir. And speaking of dreams I had last night, I had another dream that I enlisted. So, and I was pretty damn good at it too. So there you go. That's a point, lol. It's a bit. So Colin, what do you so Colin, what do you think what do you think Benjamin Netanyahu? Oh man. Anyway, the combine's over. Yeah, man. I'm loving this history conversation though. I don't want to end the stream abruptly, but I was gonna go work on my AI video. Is there any other thing you guys have seen in the AI world that relates to sports? Just curious, just to make sure I don't miss anything on my video, because that video will probably come out pretty soon. I don't want to miss the topic. So right now I have the Colin Cowherd thing. I have the soccer coach that got sacked. I love that term. Got sacked, fired, because he used AI way too much. We have AI scouts and how they're replacing football. I'm sure there's some AI analytics heads in basketball and baseball and probably football that are using AI research to make the game simpler, Moneyball style or whatever. And then there's the Ride the Float ad, which I already talked about. I don't need to bring that up again. You guys know how much I hate the stupid Ride the Float ad. As it makes me a hot take. So it would be possible for me to convince you to watch rugby. It's the greatest sport in the world. I've always wanted to play rugby. I'd watch a game. I'd watch a game. If I didn't have to get up at 3 in the morning, I'd watch a game. I'd watch it. Yeah, I don't think it would be impossible. Shoot, man. When the offseason rolls around, dude, I'll throw on anything, man. I would have watched curling, but NBC got me with the Olympics. I had to go against the world. Hunnaball versus the world. I made a curling short, and before it even took off the ground, NBC copyright claimed me. Have something where you ask Colin controversial loaded question, he just answers it. Cold like that could be a good sports bit. It could be, but then it would kind of it's like me playing Madden after making my Madden video. It's very hypocritical of me to make a video about why AI sucks and also, hey, AI. I hear you though, Jarv. You better mention the AI sports songs. I'm not having any sympathy. Oh, what the We Are Derek Carr. You know what bums me out? You guys are gonna think I'm an idiot. I didn't know that BBL Drizzy was AI. When I found that out, I was very sad. I thought BBL Drizzy was funny, and then I found out it was an AI beat, and that really messed me up. It ruined my day. I remember I was like, how? This season there were those AI videos of players post-game speeches. Oh yeah, that was brutal. That's a good point. That is a good point about how it's we're putting words into players' mouths. That happens all the time now, by the way. Players don't say stuff, and then an AI tweet will go viral because it's oh, I hated this guy, and then people will think a player actually said it. BBL Jersey was AI. No, it was. It hurt me. Hate the ones where it's just a movie scene and one team's logo over one character, the other team's logo on another character, even if the joke may be funny at times. What are we talking about? Is that a AI video thing? There's the ABS system in baseball implemented now, which is technically AI, but people are liking it. It's a good thing to use the counterpoint as moderate AI application. The fact that it was AI makes it funnier. I mean, it's annoying. It doesn't make it funnier to me. I was mad. I was disappointed. I don't think so. I was I thought Metro made that beat. I tell you, I blanket hate all stuff AI. Rather, there was a 70s era soul singer singing about BBL Jersey. Come on, Hannah. Come on, bro. I honestly think a soul singer could bring the ruckus to a Metro Boomin beat. I feel like a lot of people could do that voice. I'm sure Metro Boomin has contacts that could do that voice. The soul singer, the BBL Drizzy. But then I listened to the lyrics and I was like, yeah, this is definitely AI. No human wrote these lyrics. Okay, so we got. Also wouldn't see you as being hypocrite. I see you making a joke out of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk to AI Colin Cowherd in the video. I already gave it a lengthy read through when I was trying to have it figure out the Giants kicker situation, which was not great. That won't be the show today, and I was using imperfect human AI umpiring over the perfect ABS system. Ooh, so you prefer the imperfect human AI? See, that's the way to do it. Mistakes are a good thing. That's my take. Mistakes are good. I just rolling with the punches. Yeah, living in reality. Hell yeah. But yeah, the AI players post-game speeches. That's actually a good point. I'm gonna pull up an article for that. Whoa. What? Man, what happened here? One Google search. Again, I'm sorry that the article's not centered. I can't get it right today. You know what? Actually, yes, I can. Hold on. There we go. Nice. Okay. Yes, I can. He would never just. Okay, the Olympic gold medal winner said he would never disparage Canadians the way he appears to in a video shared by the White House that was made using AI. Oh boy, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this one. American hockey player Brady Tkachuk, sorry if I'm getting that wrong, said Thursday he did not appreciate a doctored TikTok video shared by the White House saying that it made it look like he was disparaging Canadians after winning Olympic gold, calling it fake, something he would never say. Video includes fabricated audio of Tkachuk referring to Canadians as maple syrup eating blanks with the expletive bleeped out. The video carries notes saying it was AI generated media. It's clearly fake because it's not my voice, my lips aren't moving. I'm not in control of those accounts. I know those words would never come out of my mouth. This is the White House, dude. This is the White House. By the way, didn't they didn't they come in and they ate a bunch of McDonald's hamburgers? Whatever. Let's see this. Is this it? Is this the video or is this them winning? Okay, this is where's the video? Did they link the video? Okay, I'm just gonna look this up. Let's see this. He's miffed. Thanks ESPN. He's miffed. Bro, but where's the actual video, man? Great. We're gonna find it.
US Olympic hockey player Brady Tkachuk is distancing himself from an AI-generated video posted by the White House that appears to show him trash-talking Canadians.
Yeah, I mean, I would never say that. That's not who I am. So yeah, I guess I don't like that video.
The White House shared the TikTok after the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team beat Canada 2-1 in overtime to win gold. The clip appeared to alter footage from one of Tkachuk's press conferences with Freebird by Leonard Skinner playing over.
Oh great, I'm for sure getting copywritten.
So I had to come out and teach those maple syrup eating folks a lesson.
Tkachuk plays professionally in Canada as captain of the Ottawa Senators in the NHL.
It's clearly fake because it's not my voice and not my lips moving. I'm not in control of any of those accounts, and yeah, so I know that those words would never come out of my mouth, so I can't do anything about it.
The TikTok is the latest example of the Trump administration using AI-generated videos to mock Canada. Earlier this week, President Trump posted an AI-generated video on True Social of himself playing hockey in a suit and red tie, fighting with a Canadian player. CNN has reached out to the White House for comment on Tkachuk's remarks and the video itself.
All right, well, that's cool. I'm not a politics channel. You guys can take a stab how I feel about that. You guys can take a guess. Anyways, I don't know. It's always a weird debate. One thing I always like learning in English where they focus is to address good points made by the opposing side to strengthen your own position. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I'm sorry. I'm like sideswiped because of the video we just watched. I agree, though. I think making like concessions and contradictions is a really healthy way to debate. It's a way of taking your opponent's knees out from under them. It's like, I hear what you're saying. Here's my point. That's how I lost the Abraham Lincoln debate. I remember there was a Kirk Cousins AI video where he was dropping the F-bomb on how the ref screwed him. Yeah, I think I saw that. I don't remember it super well, but I think I saw that as well. Fighting more players on one of the Giants to draft. Devin Moore, 6'3" corner out of Florida, fast, fluid in phase. Falls to the third, fourth rounds in a lot of mocks. Man, I really like this cornerback safety class. I like it. Hopefully we'll leave with one of them. Devin Moore, 6'3" corner. That's good. Hopefully he could be a good starter. Book it now. Jarv's calling it. Devin Moore is good. Of course, Shane takes a safety in the corner in last year's class, though. Well, come on, man. This guy didn't have a crystal ball. James is going. See ya, James. Stream's about to end anyways. But yeah, see ya, James. No Jarv. I want him late in the third. Lol. Jeez. This guy's like a real hot prospect. Trump post guy pissed me off so much or removed all the patriotism in my body. I don't talk about politics, but it's funny because the hockey player would immediately punch back and he'd probably die from the impact with the ice. Jeez. Not wrong. He turned to dust like he's 80. What kind of hockey player just takes punches? Yeah, I guess. Yes. Oh, yeah, seriously. Yeah, wait, what are we talking? Oh, are we talking about like the hockey video of him like getting into it? Oh yeah, no, totally. Where he's just like getting into like a fist fight. Oh yeah, that's not really how a fight works in hockey.
Of himself playing hockey in a suit and red tie, fighting with a Canadian player.
Yeah, that's not really a realistic fight. I don't want to give any more spotlight to the White House though, and with the bullshit they make. Hell, my mascot video is better than anything they make. Anyway, let's watch Parker Brailsford run a 40. 5:02. Nice. Anyways, I don't disagree with you. So this is a thing. Thank you for the call, John. I know I could talk about the Kirk Cousins AI thing, which I will as well. But this is like news as well. This just came out. So, you know, me hiding behind not having a political stance is probably about to change when I make this next video. Because that hockey video kind of made me crazy. You see we're releasing Aaron Jones and Hargrave? I did. Not surprising. We talked about that, I think, last week? About how the Vikings are going to do that to save cap. Not surprising, but they did do it. I did see that. Finally making moves besides throwing 9 under the bus. That has been a common thing of the week. Breaking news, the Vikings do not believe in JJ McCarthy. So funny and bad. But yeah, fellas, I don't have a ton else to say, but I'm glad the Vikings are making moves. I hope the Giants do the same and don't do anything stupid, as always. I think the Giants trying to move up for a running back and or sign a running back in free agency is all smoke, but that's just me. Combine is done. So thank you guys for tuning into all these. Drop a like if you haven't already. Thank you to John for the donation. I always appreciate it. And I'm glad we engaged in this respectful but healthy conversation. Takeaways, talk to yourself. Don't use AI. Don't overuse AI. And the combine really doesn't matter. Those are my big takes of this one. This has been fun though. And I'm really glad we could tune in and have fun, break bread, discuss. And you know where I'll probably stream tonight. Might just play Madden or something. I don't know. We'll do something. And just hang out. Probably bring more AI stuff to the table. If the data stuff is true, John was right about KOC, which was fun and hangout. It always is, fellas. Yeah, KOC might be a bit of a mess. This guy might not have a handle on his team. Just need to restructure a few more dudes where he's over 50 mil, and then you could really bring on some heat. Derek Carr, welcome to the team. But yeah, it was fun hanging out. We might stream tonight, probably will, but if not, I still feel good about our Sunday streak continuing on. If I don't stream tonight, just know we'll be here tomorrow for Hunnaball AM. Mayhem Monday, where we'll probably do a combine themed exercise of some sort. I got to figure that out. But I hope you guys have a sick rest of your Sunday. Spend it with people and or yourself, and you know, have a good one. Me and Hunter got to run a Madden game where I lose by 21 because I'm washed. I'm in. Shoot. Do we talk about the combine at all? The big boys ran fast. The crux of our combine conversation was that the combine really doesn't even matter that much. So that's my takeaway. So I think I'm going to go outside for a little, get a little tan, and, you know, drink a soda. That's my plan for the day. I will see you guys tonight. If not tonight, I will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you always for tuning in. Love and appreciate you all. Hanna Ball. Proudly not AI. All right. See ya.